Next up, we had the NFC South, the last division in the NFC. For this one, the winners, I do have the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield is still just, no matter what the coordinator is, no matter what the scheme is, he's just at home in Tampa, right? Dave Canales helped bring him back, and then Liam Cohen helps him go to another level, right? So whatever it is, Baker's just he's a Florida man now. He is a Tampa Bay. He's found his home in Tampa Bay. Somehow the Buccaneers kept Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, even though Chris Godwin could have made a lot more money somewhere else, but he just feels like he's at home. So I think with that, the Buccaneers are still the class of this division. I think them adding Hassan Reddick in free agency was a sneaky good move that a lot of people were not expecting. And I think it's surprising how many first round edges they've drafted that really haven't been panning out. So I think them just going out and getting Hassan Reddick kind of fixes an area that was slowly weakening from the days of JPP and Shaq Barrett. Because just in 2020 they won the Super Bowl with JPP and Shaq Barrett, and now we're 5 years later they got completely different guys. So but again, that's how it goes. The NFL is all about attrition. So I think the Buccaneers, like I said, strong team overall. I'm surprised they did so well last year, even after trading Carlton Davis, their top cornerback, and still having, a very stout defense. But again, that's Todd Bowles' scheme. He knows what to do. So I think the Buccaneers they end up going 10-7, right? So they still win the division. They go 10-7, which I think is what they got last year. Again, just a very, very good division. Good conference in the NFC that they're playing in, and they are playing a first place schedule. So that means they got the Lions on top, they got the Eagles on top, got the Rams on top. So they got some tough games to get through. So that's why they end up at 10-7. Next up, we have the Falcons. I've got the Falcons going 8-9 under Michael Penix's first full season as a starter. And this might be a little confusing. It just kind of, again, the Falcons, there's a lot of games where the Falcons are just like the Vikings with JJ McCarthy. We know a little bit more about the Falcons, but when they had Kirk Cousins and when they had Michael Penix, I think they still end up finishing around 9-8 or 8-9 last year. It might have been a little bit less than that. So, like with the Vikings, we know they finished 14-3 with Sam Darnold. So we know a little bit more. We just don't know if JJ McCarthy can play at that level and have the Vikings finish there. The Falcons, it may not just be on Michael Penix Jr. It depends. How fast can these edge rushers that they drafted get up to speed? How quickly will they be able to consistently rush the passer? Will the Falcons linebackers be able to stop the run and cover? Um, Kyle Pitts, is he going to be a reliable weapon in the pass game for Michael Penix? So, we'll see. I don't think they're going to be a bad team at all. I just have them going 8-9 just because there's a lot we don't know about how Michael Penix is going to play and what that's going to mean for the future. Next up, we have the Panthers. I got them going 7-10. I really wanted them to be 8-9. Really wanted them to be 8-9. But I think this was another game I gave to the Packers because originally I was like, yeah, the Panthers could maybe snatch one from the Packers. But with Micah Parsons on the other side, I don't really think so. But I was able to give them another one against the Cowboys because I think right now with the way they're built, I think the Panthers have enough to beat the Cowboys. The only question for the Panthers is the edge players, really. Like edge, linebacker, and you got a good cornerback and you got a good safety. And your cornerback room is strong when it's healthy. But when it's not, it's, not gonna say one of the worst in the league, but you just don't know what it's gonna be. So, and then obviously the Panthers. Fortunately, Bryce Young's development was helped because they built a very strong offensive line around him now. Um, Interesting. I think they believe a lot in Hunter Renfrow to be able to trade Adam Thielen. I think Bryce Young will have a very good season. I don't think it's going to start with the win against the Jaguars, but I think he's going to have a good season. And you can feel good about 7-10. You can feel confident about 7-10. You can feel like things are moving in the right direction. Um, like you said, just kind of need those edge. Some of those edge players will need to, obviously grow up a little bit, get some more experience. Having Derek Brown back is huge. But like I said, linebacker room. There's just a couple of spots here and there. I mean, the Panthers' defense was literally one of the worst in the league last year. So once you're able to see some improvement in that area, there's no telling how high this team can go. But for right now, I have them at 7-10. Lastly, in this division, NFC South, I got the Saints going 2-15. Again, probably seems a little harsh, But man, when you don't have a quarterback, it's hard. And the Saints have had to sell off veterans on overpaid contracts for a long time. I think Alvin Kamara is going to be the hottest trade chip by the deadline. I don't know if their manager is going to be willing to do that and blow it all up and just draft whoever's the best guy coming out next year, and trade away guys like Alvin Kamara that could help a contending team like get to the next level. We'll have to see, but it's going to be a rough year for the Saints. It's going to be a rough year. Um, I don't even know why they drafted Tyler Show. Like if Spencer Rattler, I think he won the starting job. So you just spent a second round pick on a kid who's going to sit on the bench, and then next year you're going to draft a first round pick to replace him. So you kind of wasted the second round pick. I don't know. I know the Saints had sniped us last year too for Kool-Aid McKinstry, who I really wanted, um, in the second round. But it looks like, and then the Texans got Kamari Lassiter after that. But it looks like Kamari Lassiter has developed a lot better than Kool-Aid McKinstry has. So thank you to the Saints for going ahead taking him. So the Jaguars didn't end up with him. Anyway, so yeah, I got the Saints going 2-15. It's going to be a rough season, but hey, they'll be vying for the number one pick in the draft.